Afternoon, good afternoon. Yes, okay. So what we have discussed in the last session, I think we have discussed the Windows 7 exploitation. Am I right? So how to exploit a Windows 7? Okay, what are the known vulnerabilities? Okay, so what you have know about this Windows 7? What is the vulnerability name? What is the vulnerability name? Yes, MS17-010, also known as Eternal Blue vulnerability. So which is there in SMB version 1 vulnerability. So whenever you have found, so if it is a Windows based system, okay, you are scanning a network and you have found it is running on a Windows based system, and immediately you have to search for the known vulnerability, that is MS17-010. So you have to scan that SMB port. What is the SMB port? What is the port number for this SMB? What is the port numbers? Yes, anyone please respond. It is 139 and 445 net BIOS SSN things. So these two ports are considered as a SMB ports, server message block. So whenever you have seen these ports are open in your target system, you have to search for the vulnerabilities in the SMB, so that you have to run the enumeration scripts against the SMB port. Got my point? Yes, got it. Yeah. Okay. Does anyone have any doubts in the Windows 7 exploitation? Please let me know about that one. If you don't have any doubts, we will continue with the server hacking, like how to exploit a server mission. I mean, Linux-based missions and all things. Okay. So if you don't have any doubts, it's good. Let me share my screen. So here I'm starting the Kali Linux and the Metasploitable 2. So Metasploitable 2 is my vulnerable server. So using this Metasploitable 2 only, we are going to exploit. We are going to learn different known vulnerabilities, like in the Windows 7. Windows 7 we have only one vulnerability, that is a SMB. But here in this Metasploitable 2 we have a lot of vulnerabilities are open. So we're going to learn all those vulnerabilities. All right. So first thing, just open your terminal. Okay. So first of all, you need to find your target IP address without touching the server. What is the command to find a target IP address? Anyone? What is the command to find your target IP address without touching the target machine? Yes. Anyone? I think we already completed the commands and all, right? What is the command? Just let me know. Anyone? What, guys? Don't you remember the command? See, if you want to become an ethical hacker, you should be an expert in all those commands, Linux commands and both Windows commands also. So like you can leave the Windows commands also, but you should be an expert in the Linux commands. So you have to know whenever you went through the network, whenever you trap a network, you just need to find not ifconfig, no IP address. So that is our IP address. So if I use the ifconfig, I'll get my IP address. I won't get my target IP address. This is my IP address. So here I can see 192.168.0.105. This is my IP address. But what I'm asking, I want metasploitable 2 IP address in my system. So for that one, we have to run a command called netdiscover. So don't forget these commands are very basic command. Sometimes the interviewer also will ask you some tricky questions like, so what is the command we have to use without touching our target? We have to know the target IP address so that you can use at the time the command called sudo net discover. So here it requires some a password of the Kali and type Kali password. So it will start searching for the devices which are connected to the network. So here you can see this is a default, this is my router one. Okay, and whenever you have seen this PCS system technique, it is referring that virtual box vendor name. So it is confirmed this is the my target IP address. Okay, 192.168.0.101. Anyone have any doubts with this command? Just let me know. Just drop your message in the chat box. If you have any doubts, just type yes or else type no. But you should remember all these things, right? Okay. A net discover command is a very important. Whenever you hack a network, you have to use net discover only to find your target IP address. So it is confirmed that is your target system, even though you have to check this is our target system or not. Okay, if I want to know which operating system they are using but without using nmap tool, is it possible? Without using nmap tool, I just want to know which operating system my target is based on. Is it possible? Yes, anyone? Hello. Hping. It's not hping, it's just a ping command. We are just checking that whether the host is available or not first thing, and the host value, like what is the TTL value, so that we can conclude on which operating system the system has been running. So just you need to type ping the IP address 192.168.0.105. That's it. Then hit enter. So if you are getting the packets like this, if you are getting packets like this, so it is confirmed the system is a reachable state, first one. Okay, so just stop this one using control C. So here you can see 13 packets has been transmitted and 13 we have received. So whatever we are sending, we are receiving that packet. So it is concluded. So these values, I mean the server, the remote server is a working condition, first thing. And here whenever you have seen the TTL value, so you have to conclude which operating system they have been using. So if it is a TTL64, what is the operating system? Yes, what is the operating system? If you have seen here the TTL64, what is the operating system? What is TTL value? Anyone? What is the TTL value? So TTL value is called time to live. So it will tell you not if it is a 64, it is a Linux system. Okay, it will tell you which operating system your target has been using. TTL value is 64. It means it is a Linux based system. Please make a note of it. Everyone is forgetting the classes. I think nobody is practicing after the class. Okay, no issues. Like if you are not practicing, you won't get that much of knowledge. So you should be an expert in the commands. You have to know which command it is, what is the purpose of this command, what is this TTL value, why we are giving this much importance to these values and all things. If it is a 64, it is a Linux based system. If it is a 128, it is a Windows based system. Sometimes for Mac OS also it will be a 128 only. At that time you have to perform the nmap operating system scan. Okay, all right. So it is confirmed that your target system has been opened and all things. So first thing what we have to do, we have to run a normal nmap scan here. I'll copy this IP address. Nmap, normal nmap scan, which is a basic nmap scan I want just running here, so that I can get how many ports has been opened in my target system. So 101. Yeah. So here you can see that. So this many ports has been opened, 977 ports are closed. Okay, this many ports are open. So whenever you have seen some ports has opened, some malicious ports, some juicy ports will be there. The first port is the FTP port. SSH is some SSH and Telnet is used for remote connection. The purpose of these ports is just using for the remote connection. If you want to connect your server remotely with the proper credentials, without credentials you cannot log into the SSH and Telnet. So with the proper credentials only you can log in into the server using these ports: SMTP, domain, HTTP, RPC bind. So different NetBIOS SS and Microsoft DSC. If you see here, these two ports are considered as a which port? What is the port number? What is the port name for this 139.445? Yes, yeah, it is SMB. So from the next time, whenever you are dropping the message, so make sure that you are dropping the message to everyone. Okay, so that everyone will know that what is that name of the ports and names, everything. Okay, all right. See, 139, 145 is a SMB port. Like this, we have a different vulnerable ports are there. So everything we will see now. We will go with a one by one port in each and every session. Okay. So first thing, what you have to do whenever you have got services, you just need to find the service version of your target system. See, in SMB also we have found the service version. So here also we have to find the service version. So we have to find the service version. What is the command for the service version, guys? Yes, right, Satvika. It is small s, capital V. It is a service version. So that you will get what is the service version. And I want to know all the ports. I want to know for all the ports hyphen P hyphen. Then hit enter. So that I'll get the, yes, exactly. All right, good Sandeep. So I'll get all the ports plus service version of each and every port here, so that I can search in the internet for these vulnerabilities and all things. It's taking too much time. Ping. So taking too much time. I'll use the timing and performance. Still there on this 96% only. Okay, so we will wait for a few more minutes. Or else we will scan for only. Okay, can anyone please open your Metasploitable too? And let me know if you're facing the same issue or not. Okay, so here it is done. So here we got the version of each and every port. Okay, so if you see here for FTP port, we have some version is there. Okay, for SSH port, we have some version. See, whenever you have seen the FTP version, so first you have to do enumeration. Okay, first you have to find, not first the enumeration, first you have to find, is there any vulnerabilities are there on that particular version? Getting my point? So here, VSFTPD 2.3.4 is there. So you just need to copy this version, just need to copy this version. So go to any browser, paste it here, and just type exploit. Just type exploit. So you can prefer a rapid 7 tables or exploit DB, any one of the thing. Yeah, you can use search exploit also, but that one is somewhat advanced content. So just that is what I am showing here in the internet. It will be a somewhat diagrammatical view will be there. Okay, so just open any one of the thing. I'm here opening the rapid 7. So here you can see VSFTPD 2.3.4 backdoor command execution. So it means there is a one vulnerability is there on that particular version. So this one also you can call it as a using components with a known vulnerability. So what does it mean is like they are using a component which is having the already vulnerability, but we don't know about that one. They know or don't know about this vulnerability. Okay, so our purpose is we have found that vulnerability, we have to exploit that one, and we need to make a report of that. Okay, so the developers, they don't know about like this version is having the vulnerability or not, anything. So if they want anything from this version, they will use that version. So now we can see that VSFTP 2.3.4 backdoor command execution vulnerability is there. So what we have to do is, so just go to the Kali Linux, start the MSF console. Same purpose, same thing like how we are exploited in the Windows 7. The same methodology we have to exploit for the server also. Is there any doubts or is it clear? So we have just run the service version command. Whenever we found that one, so we are searching that service version in the internet. Got it? Otherwise, you can run enumeration. The first methodology is you have to search in the internet about this version. And the second method is you have to perform the enumeration, that is a user share nmap scripts ls. What is the port name? FTP. grep FTP, so that I'll only get the FTP enumerations. So what I'm doing here, nmap IP address double hyphen script equals to FTP asterisk. So if I mention like this, what will happen? It will take all the FTP script. It will scan all the FTP scripts, so that it will save time to like. So we no need to mention like one by one script. We have to check the unknown script, and then next we have to check the bounce brute script. So no need to check all these scripts. It will check every script. So it takes a lot of time, nearly 20 to 30 minutes it will take. The vulnerability will be there in this one, FTP vs FTPD backdoor.nsc. So here you will get the vulnerable option you will get there. Okay. So otherwise, if I run like that one, I run vs FTD backdoor, vulnerability is there or not. So the same version now the FTP port is using. Okay. If I use this one, it will let us know whether this vulnerability is there or not. So this is the advantage of the enumeration. You can find vulnerabilities, the known vulnerabilities you can find. So whenever the scanning has been completed, uh, this FTP backdoor, delete it, and check this one again. Okay, so double hyphen script. So no need to mention the equals to also, just mention the script name. So here you will get whether if the vulnerability is there, here you will get the detailed information of that one. So it is showing that it is a vulnerable. Like in Windows 7 also, we got the same thing for the SMB also. It is showing that it is a vulnerable. So here you will get the detailed information of this vulnerability. So it is a VSFTPD version 2.3.4. It's a backdoor. Okay, so this is the CVE ID. So CVE ID is nothing but common vulnerabilities and exposures, which means so it will tell us on which year this vulnerability has been found, on which year the vulnerability has been published. Okay, so on 2011 they found this vulnerability. Okay, on 2011 they found this vulnerability. So in the 2011, this is the 2523rd vulnerability. So on this 2011, So it is the number of, this is the ID of the vulnerability. So before this one, they have found 2,522 vulnerabilities they have found, and this is the 523rd vulnerability in the year of 2011. So disclosure date is, this is the disclosure date. So on 2011, 7/3. Okay, and the next one is so here is the details, like if you want you can go through and check in the CVE scores. Okay, so these are cv.mitri.com. This is a GitHub repository, everything will be there. So here, if you have the version name, okay, if you have the version name VSFTP 2.3.4, it is fine to exploit your target mission. So like this, we can find the vulnerabilities using enumeration and using the internet. Is that clear, guys? Is that clear? Anyone have any doubts or anyone want any repetition? Just let me know.
So a small doubt, Satvika this side. So, hello?
Yeah, tell me more.
Uh, so like as of now, you have run the vulnerability on a system which we have known, right? So in case if you have a system which we don't know, we need to run a vulnerability test on that. So like here you have suggested a particular code like SFT, but we don't know what kind of vulnerabilities are there in that particular system. In that case, like which approach would you
Uh,
suggest to go?
Satika, I
Like
didn't
should
get it. Like, so you
uh,
are asking that, like, if
this
you
is a
don't.
known system, right? So you
uh,
know like what exact vulnerabilities will be having for this because it's a system which you have
yes,
already known. In
yes,
case we are trying to run it on some new system which we have no knowledge of, like completely new. So
mm,
in that case, like what kind of process tips would you suggest us to follow? Like which exact codes which mean should be approached first and then the scanning kind of thing.
yeah, I'll let you know. See, so whenever it is a new system to you, so check that how many ports has been opened. So the top vulnerable ports is the FTP port, and the next SMB ports, and the next SSH and Telnet. So SSH and Telnet is not a vulnerable ports, but you can perform a brute force attack, password brute force attack. So for this one, you have to make a list of passwords, username and passwords, and you have to give it to the SSH and Telnet. So what it will do, it will perform the brute force attack. Whenever the credentials are right, so you will get a direct root access. See, whenever you have a new system, first you need to find the vulnerable ports, like just FTP, SSH, Telnet, okay, and then next SMB ports, and then next here the bind shell port. If it is there, so no need to perform any attack. You can directly log in as a root user. So PostgreSQL, it's not a somewhat minimal vulnerable port that is. Okay, so you have to search for this NetBIOS SMB ports, FTP, SSH, Telnet, HTTP also. HTTP also vulnerable. See, if it is a FTP, so I know the vulnerability that is a VSFTPD 2.3.4 is there. So in your target system, you have a new system in that one. So we don't have a service version is it. So we have only FTP port is open. You have found some other version like 3.4, some updated version you have found. At that time, you have to run a enumeration. So same method, this is your target IP address. Okay, you are running a script again as the FTP port. Just type FTP asterisk. So it will run all the scripts. Okay, it will run all the scripts. So it will run all the script and it will let you know which enumeration have this vulnerability. So if you are not getting anything, if you are getting only the scan result, that means there is no vulnerability known by Kali Linux. So that you have to search in the internet. So whatever the version you got, it's suppose 3.4 you got. So you need to search in the internet FTP, that version name VSFTPD or some FTP will be there, 3.4 exploits or vulnerabilities. If you are getting anything, then come to the MSF console, then you can exploit it.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I'll share you with your one server also. After this Metasploitable server, we will share you one server with you, that vulnerable server, that the whole class will going to exploit that one. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So that you can get to know so how to approach a server, so how to find the vulnerable things and all. Okay. Right. So now here I found that. So it is a vulnerable, that one VSFTPD version 2.3.4. So now I have to start MSF console. So in the MSF console, we have a lot of exploits will be there, auxiliaries will be there. Okay, so we can use those exploits to exploit it. Suppose if it is a known vulnerability, then no need to contact anything with the system. So you can directly get an access to the system. Got it? So here just search VS FTP D 2.3.4. It is these are the some known vulnerabilities you should know being an ethical hacker. Okay, search command we have to use before this one. Search VSFTPD 2.3.4. So if you see here only we are having the only one exploit. Exploit Unix FTPD VSFTPD backdoor command execution. Only one exploit is there. So you have to use it. Use 0. Simple. Hit enter. So it is defaulting to the CMD Unix internet. So no need to change anything in the payload. So just type options. So if you see the options here, so here C host not required, C port not required, proxies not required, R host required. R host is nothing but your target host, which means the metasploitable to IP address you need to mention here. Okay, set R host 192.168.0.101. Then exploit the mission. So before exploiting the mission, just check the options whether the IP address has been inserted or not. So if it is inserted successfully, then you can exploit the mission. Exploit. So here you can see, so backdoor service has been spun, handling. So we have found the shell. So whenever you got this message, it is confirmed you have success. You got a shell from the, you got a reverse connection from the server. So shell has been created. Just type who am I. So whenever you exploited a server, you just need to type these commands, some basic commands you need to type. That is a who am I, ID, so that you will get you are in a root user or a normal user. So in the who am I also you will get a root user. If you still you're having the doubts, you just need to type ifconfig. In ifconfig, you can see that. So here is your target system IP address. It's not mine. So my Kali Linux IP address is 105, but here I'm getting the 101. So whenever you successfully hack a mission, whenever you successfully exploited a mission, you can control the target mission from your system. Okay. So here, if I type ls, so here we have a different options is so different folders is these are. So these are the folders in your target system. Okay. So sys, tmp, user, var, everything is whatever folder you want. You can go to that folder. You can edit the things. You can do whatever you wish. Got it? Yes. Does anyone have any doubts in this one? Yes. Just let me know if you have any doubts. Yeah. Anyone have any doubts? Or anyone want reputation for this one? See, these are the some basic things you just need to remember. Okay. So if you have any doubts, no worries. I'll explain one more time. Just let me know. If you want explanation, one more explanation, I'll explain. I don't have any issue. If anyone reputation, just let me know, guys. Otherwise, you have to exploit this one right now. I'll give the access to everyone to share their screen. Is it clear? Or anyone have any doubts? Guys, am I audible? I'm asking you, is it clear or not? Yes, Sandeep, it's fine. What about remaining one? Is it not clear? If it is not clear, just let me know. I don't feel anything. I'll explain you one more time. Okay, Navneet. Remaining, I want response from. Can you just share the last command, sir? Which command? Like after exploitation or before exploitation? Exploit. Yeah. Okay. See, someone is asking, please repeat again, sir. Okay. See, whenever you have found that your target system is running on a vulnerable port. Okay. So you have found that your target system is running on a VSFTPD 2.3.4. Okay, you have searched in the internet, you got some vulnerabilities, you got some exploits on that particular version. So it's time to exploit, gaining the access, the third phase. Okay, gaining the access, the third phase. So we have to exploit that vulnerability. Suppose you have found a glass door for a home. You have found a glass door for a home. Then we need a one axe or a one stone to break that glass. So that exploit will be, that rock will be available in the MSF console. MSF console is like a toolbox for breaking the glasses, like exploiting the vulnerabilities. So you just need to go to this MSF console. So here you have to search for it. So not just typing the VSFTP 2.3.4, you need to search for that one. For that you have to write a command called search. Search VSFTP D 2.3.4. Okay, this is the vulnerable version that your target system has been using. Then hit enter. So here you can only see only one exploit is there for your target vulnerability. If it is there, you will get the vulnerability name like that. If it is not there, you won't get anything. Suppose here I am typing 4.5, I am typing. If it is not there, you will get no results from the search. If it is there, you will get like this. Okay. So here you just need to, if you want to use this one, okay, you just need to type use and ID number. The ID value you have to type here. Okay. Then you just need to type options. So for every exploit, we have to give some targets. Okay, for every exploit, we have to give some targets. Like we are giving the targets to our missiles. So what it will do, the missile will directly go and hit the target. So that we have to give here the target a name or target address. So that target address I'm giving here. So what it will do, my missile will directly go and hit that target. So the target ID is IP address. Set our host IP address we need to type, that is your metasploitable to IP address 168.0.101. After that, you just ensure that whether this IP address has been inserted successfully or not. So here you can see the host value is successfully inserted. The target has been successfully logged. Then you need to launch your missile against your target by typing the command called exploit. That's it. So whenever you have launched that thing, so no need to worry. So it will go on, it will hit the target. So whenever it will hit the target, you will get a shell connection. So you can control the system using this shell. So you can create a folders, you can delete the folders. So if you are getting a root user, you can do all the things. You can add the users, you can delete the users, you can change everything, permissions also, whatever you wish you can do. So if I type here, who am I? Root pwd. So in the root directory I'm there. Then ls. So here is a list of directories are there in this my current server. Okay, so if there is any files are there, actually currently no files are there. So in the next server I'll show you how to download the files from the server also. Currently we don't have any files here. So if you want, you can create a files using echo command, nano command, like these commands you can use, and you can create the files in your target system, so that whenever they have opened that one, so like this you can create some script, some malicious malwares also you can create in your target system. Okay, if you just want to know whether, so like if you are taking the POCs, you have to type ifconfig and show that this is a proof that you have successfully hacked your target mission. If you are getting your target mission IP address in your system, that is a proof you have successfully hacked the target mission. Your missile is successfully hit the target mission. Okay, is it clear for everyone now? Yes, is it clear? Yeah, Dhanraj, now is it clear? Yeah. Okay, what about remaining one? So if it is clear, please everyone, please exploit this FTP port and show me your screens. So I'll give you exactly 10 minutes of time. Okay. So everyone, please exploit it and let me know. And you have to share your screens. Whoever is there in the chat, I mean in the meeting. So everyone, they have to share their screen and they have to show me. So how you are exploited. So the final thing, they have to show me this IP address. Not this one. You will get some different IP address. You will get. Okay. Is it fine to crack this thing within 5 minutes, like 10 minutes? Is it fine, or do you want an extra time? I hope it is overtime for you. Yeah, so it is fine. Okay, so just exploit the mission and please share your screen and show me that the result. Got it? Is that clear, everyone? Yeah, so only two guys are responding. What about remaining one? Don't you have the chat option or mic option, like you can unmute yourself also? Yes, Satvika. Yeah, so which one is server? There are two of each. Yes, yes. So you just need to perform the nmap scan. If you are getting a lot of missions, so first you have to ping each and every mission. Okay, ping, you have to ping for each and every IP address, so that your target will be, so will be a Linux based mission or Windows based mission. That is your, if it is a Windows Linux based mission, you will get the TTL value 64. So you have to separate those IP addresses first. Then again you have to perform the nmap on each and every mission. So first you have to perform the open ports and the operating system, so that you can conclude so which server is a more vulnerable. Okay, then you can exploit that vulnerable server, then you can get an access into the network. Got it? Yeah. And DM me the screenshot of the exploited mission later. Yeah, social, it's fine. Okay, so everyone, please exploit it and please share your screens and show me that result. Yeah, Sandeep, that is good. That's fine. So Sandeep has submitted a screenshot. So is it clear for you, Sandeep, or do you have any doubts? So this non-vulnerability. Yes, Sandeep. Hello, Sandeep. I'm audible. In Mimicry, I didn't understand why we use asterisk. See, do you know the DBMS, database management system, or SQL? See, yeah. So there is one query is that select star from table name. So here the star refers for all. Okay, if you mention the FTP star, what it will do, it will take all the FTP enumeration scripts. So it will run all the enumeration script in a single script. So here the asterisk refers to the wildcard, that is a all, which refers to all. Got it now? Does anyone have any doubt like this? Asterisk. So asterisk is like all. It will take all the scripts in a single script. It will run all the scripts in a single script. So everyone, what about remaining one? I didn't get anyone screenshots. So kindly please do it fast and let me know. So after that, everyone please share the screenshots in the chat box. So you should open or not like that, Navneet. So what is the error you are getting? Please share your screen. Show me that. What is the error you are getting? I think this metasploitable 2 file has been changed. This metasploitable 2 file path has been changed. Have you changed the path? So I think you have changed that file from one place to another place. Actually, current on which place it is there now? This metasploitable 2. Actually, it should be there in the downloads metasploitable 2. I think now it's not there in the downloads metasploitable 2. Go to your downloads. Is it there? Okay. Open that one. Open that one. Metasploitable 2. Linux, yes, this is one. Okay, I'll do one thing. Close it. Close this one. So click on settings, that metasploitable 2. I think that metasploitable 2 is open now. Close it, close it. Go to the taskbar. Yeah, open that one. Okay, so it is no epic error. Okay, okay. So click on reset. Now click on escape. Click on escape button. Escape button. Yeah. So hit enter. Now it's clear, right? Yes, Navneet. Is it clear now? Or still you are having doubt? Okay. Does anyone have any doubts? Yeah, just let me know if you have any doubts.
Hello, sir. Just a small doubt.
Who's this?
Satvika.
Yes, Atika, tell me.
The thing is, like the Metapol server which is there, I was actually running it. I mean, if we run it in the different application, like the VM box instead of the Oracle virtual tool. So, sorry, just a second. Will there be any impact on the how we'll be running this thing?
I didn't get it, Satika.
Oh yeah, I mean the thing is I opened the Kali Linux in the Oracle VM Virtual Manager, but I
Okay.
opened the Metasploit in the other VM Virtual. I mean I have used previously VM Workstation, so
Okay.
I opened that one in VM Workstation. So when I try to run a scan, like will there be any different like both of them will not be like
Yeah.
different work
It
or
will
like
be different. So you have to select that metasploitable network type is a bridged network.
okay,
It will be visible in the network. So that you can perform the scanning and enumeration as usual. So you can use Kali Linux in VirtualBox and you can use metasploitable in VMware. But the both machines should be in a bridged network. Got
okay,
it?
yeah, got it.
Anything else?
Nothing. That's it.
Okay. So does anyone have any doubts, guys? So if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Otherwise, we can wind up this session. Any doubts? Okay. Stu Valley coordinator, are you there? Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you for everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, Stu Valley.